Hi guys, I'm here to do a book haul. It has been a few months since I did one and I have accumulated 13 books in that time, which I think is relatively good, and I've got quite a lot of bargains and things, so I haven't spent too much money, I haven't gone too crazy. So let's get straight into it. So the first book I'm going to show you is Our Dark Duet by V. Schwab. I have read the first one, which is this Savage Song. This is a duology, so this is the ending of the story. It is a, it's like a, I would say more of a paranormal story than a fantasy. And it's about monsters living among us. And the first book was great. It was a lovely friendship that was built. I don't know if that's a spoiler. Sorry if it is. Anyways, so yeah, I'm looking forward to reading book 2. And then, as you can see, that was in deal. So I got another conclusion to a duology, which is actually the book that I have just started reading. Literally, I've read one chapter, and that is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I got Six of Crows for Christmas, and I just read that, and I've actually broken out of my read books in the order I buy them stance, just so I can complete the Grishaverse. Because I got all of the other Grisha books for Christmas, I didn't want to leave it ages whilst I read the last one. So I've just read it straight after Six of Crows, and I enjoyed Six of Crows. I don't think it's as amazing as people say it is. Maybe the hype was just too much. I give it 4 stars. It was a fun, enjoyable story. The characters were likeable, but I'm not obsessed with them. So maybe this book might win me over a little bit more. We'll see. Oh, that's off. That is fantasy. I should probably say that, even though I think everyone knows the Grishaverse by now. The next 3 books I bought in a bundle online. I got 2 recent releases and then one book that I've been seeing like floating around for ages and I really wanted. And I also bought my boyfriend some books for his birthday. His birthday has been and gone. We were actually in Germany on his birthday, so he has his books now somewhere on his shelves. I'm trying to see if I can like catch them out of the corner of my eye, but I can't. So I bought him, if you're interested, the Mouse Complete Collection and the second book to The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. Common Orbit is in the title. Sorry, I've forgotten. Anyways, if you're interested, that's the kind of books Phil reads. Moving back on to what Vicky reads. So the first one I got was Shards Ashes by Melissa Ma and Kelly Armstrong, and I have been looking at this for a while now. It's kind of like it is like dystopian stories from lots of different authors, lots of short stories. I read Brave New World, I don't even have it in more and hold it, which was an anthology of dystopian stories, small stories, and I just wasn't keen. But I have a bit of a thing for Melissa Ma because she wrote the Wicked Lovely series and I love it, and this book was so pretty and I've just been interested in it for so long. I was like, I'm just going to get it because it was cheap on Book Depository. That's where I bought my bundle of books. Next one is something, well, these next 2 I'm really excited about actually, and the first one is Now I Rise by Kirsten White, and I think this is going to be a trilogy. Maybe I'm wrong, it could be more, but I don't care because I loved Anna Darken. I loved it. So I'm very excited to get to this one. This is like a Vlad the Impaler story, and it's very dark. It's like quite a slow fantasy, like a long haul, sluggish but in a good way fantasy. A lot of people, it's quite like the next book actually that I'm going to describe, with people either love it or hate it, the series in general. So I'm really excited. And the next one is probably not a surprise, and that is The Fate of the Tearlin by Erica Johansson. I'm so happy I have this. I am so excited to finish this trilogy. I absolutely adored books 1 and 2, 5 stars again, absolutely obsessed. I love Kelsey and I love all of the elements that she has brought into this fantasy world. This is a fantasy, and again it's quite a high, dense, slow read, but once you've read it you're like, oh, that was amazing fantasy. and I just can't wait. I really can't. The next two books I have are books that I have seen in the supermarket going really cheap, and me and Phil have just been like doing our weekly shop, but we're like, we'll treat ourselves to some books. So the first one I got is Day 7. This is the sequel to Cell 7, which is I guess it's a dystopian. It's where there is like a reality TV show if you go to prison, and the people like vote on what your fate is. And so this is the sequel to that story. I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go after the ending of the first book. But obviously it's going to have to go somewhere because, you know, there's a whole other book here. I don't know if this is a duology or like a trilogy or whatever, but this is the next one. And then the next one is a book that I heard lots of things about and I was quite interested in, just because maybe I've bought into the hype, but whatever, it was super cheap in the supermarket. So, and that is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. And I don't really know too much about this. I think it's kind of like The Fearless, if you've ever read that book by Emma Pass, from what I've heard, where people have been like made to be super machines of people, like super soldiers. That's the vibe I get, but I just had a lot of people talking about it and it was like £3, so I got it. And then all the other books I have were actually all, well, I was gonna say a present, but I got like a recognition award at work and I got some vouchers, and I also ended up getting an actual individual present as well from my boss for the work that I had put in during certain times at work. So I have got books with the vouchers, of course. Hi, I'm Vicky, I like books. And then I've got one more book at the end, which was my present to show you too. So I ended up, I should probably explain this because it's going to feel like I got a lot. I got £20 in vouchers and I had £10 on my Waterstones reward. So I ended up paying about £10 out of my own pocket for 5 books, which I think is a bargain. And so anyways, yeah. The first thing I did was complete the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. I have read the first one, I enjoyed it. And so that is Days of Blood and Starlight and Dreams of God and Monsters. And this, I hope, is everything. Yes, it's definitely a trilogy. I've only ever heard about it being a trilogy. I don't know why, for some reason my brain went, you don't have all the books. Yeah, I read the first book, really enjoyed it. It's just like a paranormally fantasy hybrid with angels in there. It's very unique, and Laini Taylor, I don't know why I was going to say Lee nope, I can't even say her name either. Whatever. Anyways, moving on. Laini Taylor is like a very lyrical, pretty writer, so it all feels very unique to her. It's got its own special vibe and I enjoyed that, so I got the next two. And then another series that I was like, I'm just going to complete that series. I haven't actually read the first book yet, but I've heard nothing but good things, and I could complete the series basically with work pretty much paying for it, so I decided to do that. And that is The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. I already had Raven Boys, I got that for Christmas. I'm probably going to end up reading that quite soon actually. And then I have The Dream Thieves. I have Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and The Raven King. So yes, I'm quite happy that I've managed to complete 2 series. Well, I haven't actually completed them reading them, but I've got them all now. So I can actually complete them and have less open series just sat on my shelves. That's nice. And then the last one I got was the present from my boss, and apparently she just was like going about her daily life and was like, oh, that looks like a book Vicky would like. So she bought me it as a present because of the work I had done and the recognition I got, which was lovely. I've never felt so appreciated in a job before, and I'm really happy with my job. And that is Dorothy Must Die, and this is by Danielle Page. This is a Wizard of Oz story. I believe there are 4 books in this, but I've been quite into retellings recently, thank you to the Lunar Chronicles for setting off that obsession. So I'm hoping that this will kind of take me along that line and I will get really sucked into it. I haven't actually seen... No, I have seen The Wizard of Oz, but I haven't seen it for a long time. Like, I must have been about 5 or something when I actually saw it. So I might end up watching that again and then read the books. But yeah, those are all the books that I have got since my last haul. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you stayed to the end, well done to you. See you later.